I'm here to close out our case, and my first rebuttal will be that the death penalty is in fact outdated, because only 32 states in the United States have the death penalty implemented, and 7 of those states haven't used that death penalty in over 10 years. So a lot of these people on death row aren't even getting executed. So what's the point of having it if you have that option to execute someone? Why aren't they using it? 18 states have already abolished it, and those 18 states are significantly more progressive states that have abolished it. States like Illinois, Pennsylvania, New York, and Connecticut, compared to those states such as Arkansas. In the next 20 years, it's going to cost the U.S. over $6 billion for those 32 states to keep the death penalty. And my opponent Ben said that the chances of innocent person being executed has been diminished since the 1970s. That in fact is false, because since 1973, 158 people have been exonerated from death row. So they walked out of prison. The most recent case in Louisiana, April 17, 2017, that was less than 3 weeks ago, you guys. That man, black man as well, 67% of the people on death row, according to deathpenaltyinfo.org, 67% of the death row population are Latino or black men. So this innocent black man from Louisiana could have very easily been executed if he wasn't exonerated. And this was just 3 weeks ago. You don't have to go back to the 80s, you don't have to go back to the 70s nor the 60s. Just look 3 weeks ago, you guys. And also, our workability is that death row should be abolished, and it should be replaced by the sentence of life in jail. On the average cost to house someone in prison for life in prison costs $1.5 million entirely, while it costs $1.26 million just to trial someone who seeks the death penalty. So it nearly costs the same just to trial someone to house that person life in jail. It costs 3 times more to trial someone, the appeals process, and to house that inmate on death row for 5 years than to have someone for prison their entire lives. According to the deathpenaltycurriculum.org, it is not an effective deterrent as well. They bank on the idea that having the death penalty as an option makes you look tough on crime. But in fact, it's not an effective deterrent, because violent crimes are a minimum of 35% higher in those states with the death penalty compared to the states who have implemented the 3 strikes law. And it goes to the point of George Bush. Yeah, George Bush comes from a state of Texas where how do you get into public office? You have to appeal to the people. He appealed to the people by looking tough on crime. But in Texas, it is higher. The crime rate of violent crimes are higher in Texas than to states compared to Pennsylvania or Connecticut, you guys. And the death penalty is also an ambivalent punishment, because 1/3 of all inmates on death row end up getting their sentence commuted to life in prison. So all that money is spent on the trial, housing that person, extra security, extra guards. The appeals process gets thrown out the window. And the most notable case, you guys, is Charles Manson, who was convicted of conspiring to kill 9 innocent people at 4 different locations. His sentence of being executed was commuted to life in prison. So the death penalty should be abolished, because it is not an effective. It should be abolished. The death penalty is outdated. The death penalty is inhumane. The death penalty is not an effective deterrent. It costs more harm to the United States citizens through taxpayer dollars being wasted. The cost of it is way too high. The process takes way too long. It's antiquated, you guys. It is simply antiquated. There's chances of killing innocent people. As I said, since 1973, 158 innocent people could have easily died. Thank you.